This week's 1044 is brought to you by Chevron Delos 600 ADF Ultra Low Ash Diesel Engine Oil. It's time to kick some ash.
Private fleets in need of more capacity have a new option that will help them connect with owner-operators.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the 1044, a weekly webisode from the editors here at CCJ. I'm Jason Cannon, and my co-host on the other side is Matt Cole. Private fleets sometimes struggle to find and keep drivers and have enough equipment to meet all their customer capacity needs. At the same time, many owner-operators are looking for more consistent freight opportunities.
Broker and 3PL Arrival Logistics earlier this year launched a pilot program that helps owner-operators connect with private fleets, opening a new avenue to earning revenue for both sides of the partnership. We spoke with Jay-Ann Teo, Arrival Logistics Chief Strategy Officer, about the new We Deliver Flexibility program and how it can benefit both private fleets and small carriers.
So Arrival Logistics, we're a multimodal transportation and technology company. We're based out of Austin and actually celebrating our 8-year anniversary in a few weeks here. We have about 1,500 employees. We have our Austin office as well as Chicago. We are excited to expand into San Antonio, which will be opening up actually next week, and then have Tampa opening by the end of the year. We focus mainly on truckload, but we also have LTL, intermodal, cross-border services. And so really we've been following the pace of our customers and their needs. For the We Deliver Flexibility program, it was a purpose-driven pilot program that we launched based on the feedback from our carrier network. So whether that was an owner-operator, small fleet, or a private fleet, from their feedback, we noticed that there was commonality in some of their needs. So from even the current events of the deflationary market that our owner-operators are feeling right now, as well as the challenges from the private fleet lens of driver recruitment, retention, equipment, we felt it was part of our responsibility to be able to be connectors and ensuring that they shared mutual challenges and see if there was mutual benefits.
Before launching the program, Arrive surveyed its owner-operator and small fleet customers about their biggest needs and realized connecting them with private fleets could solve a lot of their challenges.
So for the owner-operator and small fleet space, actually pretty early on in our early stages of just discovery and research, we sent a survey out to a small subset of our owner-operators within our network. And we were overwhelmed by the response. We had a few hundred owner-operators reach out almost instantly and just share that they'd be interested in learning more. And so that was the first indicator to the Arrive team that we might be onto something here, and this actually could be beneficial to both communities. And then reaching out to our private fleets, we've already been fortunate to onboard some pretty notable, large, well-known brand private fleets onto the program. And so we took action relatively quickly to A, ensure that people knew that this was a program that would exist, but B, based on their feedback, really try to follow the lead of our carrier partners in understanding how best to connect and what information was necessary so that they could take it upon themselves to take the next steps as far as what would be best in some sort of partnership.
Owner-operators and small fleets with fewer than 5 trucks can participate in the program by submitting basic information, which will be sent to private fleets to find the best match for their system.
From the owner-operator perspective, right now we have an active survey to anyone who's been active in Arrive's network. And we've reached out to owner-operators or small fleets under 5 power units and have an active link where people can fill out their forms and read some frequently asked questions from both the owner-operator as well as private fleet space about the program. And from there, not only do they submit in their interest in being able to be active in the program, but also on top of that too, we start working as connectors between the private fleets that are onboarded, really promote them taking it upon themselves as far as what the next steps would be. This is an active pilot program, and so we are also touching base with our private fleets pretty regularly to better understand if they are getting the correct information they need, as well as how do we iterate on the program to make sure that it's fully flushed in the future.
During the early stages of the pilot, Arrive has been working to stay in contact with the participating private fleets to make sure the program is beneficial to both parties. And we'll hear more about that from Jay-Ann on the other side of this word from 1044 sponsor Chevron Lubricants. Protecting your diesel engine and its after-treatment system has traditionally been a double-edged sword. The same engine oil that is so essential to protecting your engine's internal parts is also responsible for 90% of the ash that is clogging up your DPF and upping your fuel and maintenance costs. Outdated industry thinking still sees a trade-off between engine and emission system protection, and Chevron was tired of it. So they spent a decade of R&D developing a no-compromise formulation. Chevron Lubricants developed a new ultra-low ash diesel engine oil that is specifically designed to combat DPF ash clogging. Delo 600 ADF with OmniMax technology cuts sulfate ash by a whopping 60%, which reduces the rate of DPF clogging and extends DPF service life by 2.5 times. And just think what you can do with all the MPGs you're going to add from cutting your number of regens. But Delo 600 ADF isn't just about after treatment. It provides complete protection, extending drain intervals by preventing oil breakdown. Before you had to choose between protecting your engine or your after treatment system, and now you don't. 600 ADF from Delo with OmniMax technology, it's time to kick some ash.
For private fleets, a lot of it has been very communicative and almost fluid conversation as far as what the needs of that private fleet would be, both in increased driver needs or just overall capacity. And so part of our mission and our conversations with those private fleets is to better understand where else we should be surveying our owner-operator network, if that's of interest. But mainly, especially in these exploratory stages, we've been just keeping in good cadence with some of our most notable or relationship strong private fleets over the last few years, because we also want to ensure that this is a good experience for the owner operator. So without getting too expansive in our private fleets that are part of this program, we're making sure that we have close ties with those who are involved so that we can make sure that before we get into a larger expansive program, that this is fully fleshed.
During the pilot, participating private fleets will initiate contact with owner operators who submit their information based on their needs.
In this initial stage for the pilot, our private fleets will be reaching out to owner operators mainly based on where the needs of their businesses are and or what their freight needs are. But as we expand this program, that's the type of feedback that we absolutely want from both parties to better understand how we iterate in the future.
That's it for this week's 1044. You can read more on ccjdigital.com, and as always, you can find the 1044 each week on CCJ's YouTube channel. And if you've got questions, comments, criticisms, or feedback, please hit us up at 1044trucking@gmail.com or give us a call at 404-491-1380. Until next week, everybody stay safe.